Right, 30th of December, I think we're on today, or is it? 30th? 31st? Forget, you lose your track of days, don't you, over Christmas? I lost a bet, and if I don't do this interview with t-shirt on, I can't go around saying that I'm old school, because a bet's a bet. And I hope all you casuals out there are getting your rocks off. I know my pal, who should remain nameless at the moment, is probably loving this. But I thought I'd get it over and done with. I've only got 48 hours left to get this video out, or the bet's void, and then you can start telling everybody that I'm not old school and that I don't keep my word, and my word's very important to me. Right. These are just some things that some people have asked me on Twitter to put out. My opinion on Free Sports. Free Sports is owned by Michael O'Rourke. He used to own Setanta. He's a close friend of Dennis Hobson's, and we're going out there in next couple of weeks to Ireland to talk about the marketing budget for boxing. Obviously everybody knows that they started off with 100,000 views for the football. They're now up to 2.5 million people watching football matches, so they're getting the fans in, but they haven't done anything with the boxing. There's no face-off boxing, there's no adverts for it, nothing on the websites or anything. But there won't be, they've only had one show, haven't they? And the second show should have been Mo Pryor's show in December, and he put a plug on it, didn't he? We a week to go, or less than a week. Third show is our show, 2nd of February. Well, that'll be the second show, won't it? Because the second one were cancelled. So second show is going to be Dennis's show, and then I think there's one on 23rd of February, Frankie Gavin against that Ashona, is it? I'm not sure, that's up in air at the moment. I don't know what's happening with that, it's all gone quiet. But that's boxing for you, isn't it? But it was Dennis who got Frankie the IBO shot. It was my idea. In March this year, I first spoke about it with Curtis Woodhouse. I wanted him to fight Frankie. We had Curtis up to office, and a week later he signed with Steffi Bull, so that didn't go down too well. But we've built bridges with Steffi since then, and I don't know what's happening with Frankie and the other guy. Frankie, we're going to come with us, but there's a lot of politics that goes on behind the scenes. So I like Frankie, Dennis does, but you know, he's got his own team behind him and they have their own ideas. But we ain't got no problem with putting it on Free Sports. I'm sure Dean Edwards, Frankie's and his sponsors and all that, they'll be working something out for him, because he's a good belt and he's a good fighter, so I wish him all the best. But Free Sports, there'll be a marketing budget for that this year, and there'll be a couple of boxers who are going to be the face of Free Sports. Which boxers I don't know, but we're getting a lot of phone calls at the moment regarding it. There's a lot of people want to get on this channel, and I don't blame them as well, because look what Dennis did for Setanta before now. It wasn't Dennis's fault that they started chasing Sky with a football, because that was their undoing in the end, wasn't it? Now, I think they've learnt from that, they've regrouped, and they're back stronger than ever, and the massive things are going to be happening now. Sky had to start somewhere in 1989, didn't they? And they didn't really get it right till about 1992. So 91, 92. So these things take time, and this has been in pipeline now for nearly a year. So you know, it takes time, but that's the Free Sports one covered. Dave channel, that's I forgot the guy's name, is it Steve North or something? UK TV Gold. I think that's good. They're not doing a lot of shows though, are they? Davey Days, obviously, he's got an exclusive deal with them, same as Dennis with Free Sports. And I think that's how boxing's going now. Frank Warren's got one with BT Sports exclusive. Eddie's got one with Sky, Barry McGuigan with Channel 5, BBC One or BBC, they nearly came on board. Me and Dennis went to see them in Salford. I actually got us a footing with them. I had a friend of mine type a letter up for me, and I was chipping away at Barbara Slater for a couple of years, and my friend put a letter together, an email, and we got an interview. We went to see them a couple of times, and we were back and forward, and it was like that, touch and go, whether BBC were going to come back on board, but they decided no. But yet they have Sports Personality of the Year award and nominate boxers. I think it's crazy. And then they don't pick the boxers, do they? Now they picked Calzaghe, didn't they, one year, but he probably deserved it. So good luck to David A with Dave channel. Channel 4, I don't know if they're going to come in, maybe not. I doubt that. We spoke to them, I don't think they're going to be on board, but I'm hearing they might be. ITV, I don't know what's happening with Richard Poxon's deal with them. I don't know, he seems to have gone off radar, but he hasn't really got any fighters, has he? So I never really understood that, but they're doing well with Kalle Sauerland, aren't they? He's got 6 shows planned this year, so good luck to him, but he's not my cup of tea. I don't like him. I think he's a backstabber. But I wish them well, it's good for boxing. You don't have to like somebody in boxing, I just hope boxing does good. We don't really say you have to like the promoter, does it? If I don't like somebody, I'll tell them. Sky, they're doing what they do, don't they? They've been at it years now. All of them will work there, are company men. BT Sport, well, they've only had 3 shows in 11 months. Now Frank Warren usually does 20 shows a year wherever he goes. He's 3 shows in 11 months with BT Sport. Now why is that? I don't think that BT Sport are going to be doing as many shows as they said they're going to be doing. I think they've looked at it and thought, I don't think the deal's been explained what he has exactly got with BT Sport, but he's got a good stable behind him, Frank, but I don't think BT are I don't think BT Sport are as wanting boxing on channel as much as Frank Warren is. That's my opinion. I might be wrong, but the deal seems to be, I don't know. He said he was going to be putting 20-30 shows a year out, didn't he, at that big massive press conference. Well, how many has he put out? He's done 3 on BT Sport, and how many has he done on Box Nation? He hasn't had that many shows, has he? But I wish him well. Box Nation's good, I like Bunsey. But the BT Sport thing, 3 shows they've done. Come on. We're doing our second one in Feb. And we're only small time, aren't we? The doping situation. I think doping now, it's hit and miss. I mean, anybody can fail a dope test, can't they, for anything? And then they can turn around and say, oh, it's contaminated this or contaminated that. And hide behind barristers and lawyers and drag it all out. I don't understand it all. People are either guilty or not guilty. It needs to be made a bit clearer. I think what they did to Tyson and Hughie Fury is a disgrace. They spent all that money on lawyers, nearly £1 million fighting it, and they were out at ring all that time. And I'm hearing stories about some contests are going to be no, some fights there are going to be no contest on Tyson's record, and maybe one on Hughie's as well. And I think it's all a bit of a mess. I think they need to sort their act out. UK AD, whatever it's called. Fighters to look out for next year. I'm just going to give you a few. I'm not going to sit here and pick 10 or 20. Comebacks: Ronnie Ephron, David Price, Tyson Fury, Hughie Fury. That's who I want to look out for next year. I'm looking forward to seeing what Ronnie Ephron's going to do. Ronnie Ephron starts his camp next week, and with Ricky Hatton as his trainer. And we've reached out to Ronnie Ephron. He's welcome to come and see us for a meet. And if he wants to come on board with us and sign with us, or we're more than happy to have him on. I think he's a fantastic talent. He's only 27-year-old. He's 15-2, and I think if he came on board, we'd look after him a bit better than how he's been looked after in the past, because he's an exceptional talent. And his brother Mark Efron, everybody in boxing knows that I wanted Dennis to sign him. I kept chipping away at Dennis, sign Mark Efron, sign Mark Efron. And you know, he never signed him. Somebody said to us, I'm not going to say who, but we were told they were a messer. But he's 18-0, 14 by KO, so he can't be that much of a messer, can he? I mean, everybody has personal problems, don't they, in life? It's how you deal with them when you're young, innit? But he punches very hard and he's a tough kid. And I've predicted his last 5 fights. So I said he'd beat Lewis Taylor and knock him out, and he did. Now Jamie Cox knocked Lewis Taylor out and he got a world title shot, didn't he? What's Mark Efron got? He ain't got a world title shot, has he? But he should be getting a British mandatory shot now he's got the English belt. So I rate him very good, and I think he'll be a world champion. So he's my one to watch out for, as well as Yarde and Dubois. But Dubois and Yarde, they need to step it up. They're fighting dustbin men. So, fighting dustbin men. Josh Whale. Now Josh Whale, everybody, yeah, he's had 8 or 9 defeats. 4 or 5 of them could have gone either way, couldn't they? In fact, maybe 6. I rate him, he's had a tough journey. I think people need to get behind Josh. He could be face of free sports, who knows? He's got a British title belt, the Commonwealth's vacant, he's going to defend his belt and fight for the Commonwealth against Bobby Jenkinson on 2nd of Feb on our show. They're going to headline. I think that's a great fight. Really great fight, and I wish Josh all the best. Everybody knows his dad's had cancer or not been very well for the last few years, and he's a nice guy, his dad. I met his dad, he's a proper boxing man and he understands how it works, and I'm looking forward to working with Mick Whale and Josh. They're a nice family, and they make a good team with Steffi Bull, so that's a great story, that Josh's story. Dennis Hobson's plans for next year, fights we want to see. Well, Dennis, he's my best friend, isn't he, in the world as well as in boxing. All I can say on this matter, I spoke to him last night, is Dennis just wants to break even in boxing and not be losing 10 grand a show. He's not bothered about making money, is he? He's a wealthy man, and he's got hotels all over the place, and in Jersey, and he employs about 70 odd people, so boxing's his passion. But you can't keep losing money hand over fist, can you? Putting 4 or 5 shows on a year, losing 50 grand a year, it's no good. It has to be, you have to have a profit, because otherwise what are we in it for? Or even just break even. We can't be took for mugs, can we? But Dennis just loves boxing and he wants to do well. He just wants everybody to be right with him. He's right with everybody, Dennis. He's took people like Jamie McDonnell, everybody knows this story, I don't want to bang on about it. And he's took people like him to British, Commonwealth, European and world titles. He ended up going 13-0, then leaving us for Eddie Hearn. Now Gav McDonnell put a tweet out the other day saying that Dennis fleeced their kid. Now that didn't happen, so I just want to correct that. I spoke to Dennis about this and I'm correcting it. Gavin McDonnell's wrong to say that Dennis fleeced his brother, or to say that their kid got fleeced, meaning Dennis. So shouldn't have said that, Gav, I don't agree with that. But that's your opinion, innit? There's 2 sides to every story, and I can assure you Dennis lost £250,000 on that show when Jamie fought at Doncaster Rovers Football Stadium on a pay-per-view channel, delivered in his hometown a world title, and you did less than 1,000 tickets between pair of you. So don't be saying he got fleeced. Gav, you're out of order, mate. Peter Fury, Mick Hennessy and Ali, they've all teamed up now. Obviously they've got Yui on board. I don't know what's happening with Conchine, and I think he'll be coming back, but I wish Peter Fury all the best for 2018. He's become a great friend of mine, Peter. I speak to him regular, I'm in touch with him regular, daily. I've got a lot of time for him, obviously. You know, we've both done jail. But we've both put that in our rear view mirrors now, we've moved on. I'm just glad I'm not involved in that life no more, and I know Peter is. It's not nice. So every day to us is like a Saturday night now. How can anybody ever hurt us ever again when we've been through that? And his brother John. So we've done more jail, we've done more porridge than Goldilocks and the Three Bears. But that's over now, so I wish Peter well, and Huey and his family. Steffi Bull, the Dream Maker. He's got a gym down there. I swear to God, honestly, it's the best gym I've ever been in. It's as good as the EIS. He's got a good set of lads in there. I'm not going to name them all because I'd be here all day. But every single person who goes in that gym, and the girl Terry, they're all brilliant people. And you just keep fit classes and all sorts there. They're even doing that food, healthy food and that. And I wish him all the best. He's a proper boxing guy, Steffi. And I wish him all the best, and he'll do well. He's a trier, he'll do well, so I wish him all the best. The Dream Maker or the Magic Man. StubHub. I don't want to bang on about StubHub, but it must stop. It's become a joke. Now, Eddie Hearn said he needs to take tickets out for StubHub and Fight Pass. He's got 13,000 members of Fight Pass, but when they screened fights on that stream, they only had 1,500 people watching. So has he really got 13,000 members? I'm not so sure. And if he did have 13,000 members, would he give them tickets at face value to the Fight Pass members, or would Eddie give them to StubHub and make a profit? No, I think he'd give them StubHub and use the Fight Pass as a cover. So here's an extra 13,000 tickets going on StubHub and not to the Fight Pass. Open your books, show us all the names of the Fight Pass members. I were a member of Fight Pass, £30 a year, years ago. My baby mama's mum, my kid's mum, she paid the 30 quid and she got this t-shirt. So who knows? Is there really 13,000 Fight Pass members, or is that just another outlet for StubHub? I know this much, not many people get comped to these hot shows no more, do they? Or no Help for Heroes, they're all going on StubHub. 8,000 tickets went to Wembley Stadium out of 90,000, so where did other 82,000 go? Where did other 72,000 go? When Froch fought Groves and all these other shows, they've even got StubHub tickets on Kell Brook's comeback fight, but that is a cover-up. Kell Brook's not fighting on pay-per-view, and he won't sell out that arena, but yet his tickets are face value on StubHub. The first ever time you've got face value tickets on StubHub. That's so Eddie Hearn can throw something back at us and say, look, we've got face value tickets on StubHub. Yeah, but it's not a pay-per-view show, and it's not going to sell out anyway, is it? Rabchenko against Brook. So stop trying to cover your arse, Eddie. You know what you're doing with StubHub, and it's wrong. Sack it all together and sell your own tickets like the rest of us. Right, Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury needs to fight. We keep seeing all these Instagram videos about him coming back and all that. I just want to see him fight. Do an interview, Tyson, when you're fit, and fight somebody, because it's just doing me head in now. I'm starting to wonder if he's going to fight at all. I mean, he ain't even got his licence yet, and it's just, I don't like to see him on them pads out of shape and all that. I just want to remember him as he were when he fought Klitschko. I want him to come back in shape and knock everybody out and be the champ again, because I love Tyson Fury to bits. So just come back and get your licence, Tyson, and take over and run the gaff like you should have done. David A, is he finished? Question 7. Yeah, I think he's finished now. I don't think he'll fight Bellew. If he does fight Tony Bellew, he'll go easy in camp and he'll just go in the ring and he'll take his licks. So I don't even think David A will beat Bellew now. and I'm not going to back against Bellew. I've backed against Bellew 4 times. It cost me about £10,000 in accumulators. I lost my accumulator each time. Tony Bellew. Don't bet against Bellew, because technically he's a fantastic boxer and he's got a good trainer as well, but they're not my cup of tea, them two, but they know the stuff, don't they? Bellew, just because he's not got big muscles don't mean to say he can't fight. He knows his way around the ring, trust me. He sparred Carl Froch, and Tony Bellew's a good fighter, so I think he'll beat A. I think A's finished, but he'll get in ring, he'll be unfit, and he won't be the A that we used to know. He's just coming back for a payday. It's a bit embarrassing, really. And I didn't like the fact that David A, when Dennis were at the Frampton Santa Cruz fight in Vegas, David A was saying to people like Richard Schaefer and other people there, Amir Khan, oh, Dennis Hobson's over there. He had me fighting in a leisure centre when I was fighting for him and Frank Maloney. Well, let me tell you something, David A, or David A fans. When David A were fighting on Dennis Hobson's shows all them years ago at the beginning of his career, he couldn't sell a ticket. He couldn't do 15 tickets. So you're either going to get big arenas. Eventually the penny dropped, but David A won a world title, if you remember, in France. He didn't sell a ticket, he couldn't sell one. He didn't want to go out and sell himself. He was too busy being the man on the town, and it's all caught up with him. So stop slagging my mate off, David A. You gotta get your facts right. You couldn't sell a ticket, you couldn't draw flies to dog turds. Lomachenko drag anybody else up in weight to fight him. Lomachenko is a great fighter, but he needs to start fighting people his own weight. Stop picking on the little guys if you want a legacy. What next for Dave Allen? What next for Dave Allen? Lenroy Thomas, who will beat on points, or for Commonwealth, or Sexton he'll knock out for a British title. I hope so anyway, because he's a close friend of mine, David Allen. Is Frank Warren comeback built on sand? And if BT Sport pull out, where's he go? Frank Warren's comeback to big time. He's carefully plotted himself, hasn't he? We're getting Bill Ives to back him with Box Nation and keeping him afloat till he could slip in with BT Sport. But if it goes pear-shaped at BT Sport with Frank Warren, and it probably will do because he can't help himself, where does Frank Warren go? He goes back to Box Nation with no backers, because he's got no backers there at the moment. Now, he can't go to BBC One or ITV or Sky. Channel 5's with Barry McGuigan. We've got Free Sports. Frank Warren's in a lot of trouble if he don't work out at BT Sport. That's why he's only put 3 shows on. He's having to put good shows on. But he should have been doing that years ago, Frank. But his shows he's putting on are fantastic. So well done, Frank, he's turned it around, but could it be a bit late in the day, who knows? And what is the deal at BT Sport as well? All under wraps, isn't it? I think that's about it, really. So I'm going to wish everybody all the best and a happy new year, and I'd like to see great fights in 2018. I'd like to make some New Year's resolutions to not be as critical as I'm in boxing, but it's very hard. So I'm very passionate, and I don't like to see people get ripped off or taking the piss in boxing, but that's all I see. I'm fortunate that I don't take a wage out boxing, and I'm trying to create something, and then, you know, me and Dennis are going to talk once we've created something, but let's create something first. And I know a lot of people work in boxing because it's their livelihood, and I feel for them people, and they have to make business decisions. Like Steve Goodwin, he were a little bit critical of Dennis's business plan with Free Sports, but Dennis is willing to invest because he loves the sport that much. But Steve's making a business decision on how he looks at things, and that's probably why Steve's not got a TV deal, or he probably didn't want to be involved in this deal that we're involved in. I can understand that, because the numbers have to add up, don't they? It's no good throwing good money after bad. Some people can get their accountant's hats on, and I've been like that myself when I was involved in scrap metal. I was involved in jewellery and gold, motor trade, and the numbers have to add up, so I can see where they're coming from. And but that's why I give people like Dennis respect, and And who puts the money where the mouth is? You have to invest in your fighters, but it also, boxing has to be a business as well. Would Eddie Hearn invest in this show, these shows we're doing? No, I don't think he would. He's using Sky, isn't he? They don't invest in boxers, Matchroom. Like I said, 3 world champions from debut. We're into the 32nd year of Matchroom next month. So they're not big investors. Frank Warren, he invests. He's put his money where his mouth is. What he's done at Box Nation is brilliant. But I think it stagnated a bit, didn't it? Last year, Box Nation. So, but I wish them all the best. I just hope that there's going to be great fights next year. Boxing's a great sport. I respect all boxers who get in the ring, and I'll give some boxers stick. Some boxers don't help themselves, so do they? But I respect all boxers. They have to be respected. They're risking their lives getting in that ring. I've sparred people myself, and it's not nice getting hit in the stomach and you don't know what to do. I don't mind getting clipped in the head because I've got a tough head on me, but I don't like body shots, and I don't like my lactic acid building in my legs. Boxing's the hardest sport of all. I put it above rugby, in fact. And even judo, I've done a bit of judo myself. Tried that, and that's very, very hard. And it's tougher than that even. You're getting hit all the time. Boxers deserve mega respect, and they deserve mega paydays. And I think people need to start paying fighters on the night. None of this 7 days later, three week later. Pay them on the night. Stop pulling up people up on clauses, and that's why a lot of people don't want to sign for certain promoters. And you know what I'm getting at. People need to be paid on time. Matchroom at best payers as regards on time, but they're not the biggest payers though, but they pay you on time. Now, the biggest payers don't always pay you on time, or if at all. So I like to see boxers getting paid on time and getting paid more. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see great fights. I don't want to see these next gen shows. They're shocking. I don't want to see Anthony Joshua fighting Pulev and Dillian Whyte. I don't want to see that. I want to see him fight Wilder next in a trilogy. Have a trilogy with Wilder and then fight Tyson Fury. Have 4 great fights there. 3 with Wilder and 3 with Tyson. You could have 6 fights there. You don't need the belts. You've had the belts. Wilder and Tyson have had the belts. Get rid of all the belts and just have the ring belts. Tyson will give you a ring belt, you and Wilder, and he'll fight winner or you ought to after 3 fights when he's ready. Belts don't mean crap. Let's get rid of all these belts and just put great fights on. And let's have promoters stop hiding behind the excuses. I want to see fights. I want to see Yarde Buglioni. You know, I want to see Billy Joe Saunders against Golovkin. Billy Joe against Canelo. Billy Joe against Eubank at a catchweight. You know, 164. I want to see great fights. I want to see Liam Cameron against Mark Efron, you know, next year sometime. Or Liam Cameron against Elliot Matthews in a trilogy. Or I want to see just great fights. That's all I want to see. So, alright. Anyway, happy New Year to everybody and all the best for 2018.